Shalom, shalom, brothers. This brother Kamal Mahar here, back at it again. First thing first, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawashi Ba'Shem Yahawashi Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. There we go. Double honors to the apostles and the elders I learned their truth from GMS. Blessings to the Akim out there preaching his word with wholehearted sincerity. Blessed 144,000, 1/3 entirely, the first fruits kingdom of heaven. House of David, Yap Wadah. And shalom to you brothers out there speaking in different tongues and looking at different nations. Shalom to you brothers. So today, brothers, man, I wanted to go into the prophecy of Isaiah 60, it's what I would call the lifestyle and the actual well-being and a description of how we're going to be moving and how the actions and how the manner of the setup will be. You know, what's going to be going on in the kingdom, who's going to be ruling, which is, obviously us, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. But it's a lifestyle, man, and it's going to go into how beautiful we're going to be moving around, actions and the setup of the environment, the status quo, how people are going to be ruling, the Israelites ruling, things of that nature, how the Gentiles are going to, pretty much, be under us. And also, we're going to be in this set up high position. And it's pretty much a lifestyle. You know what I mean? So Isaiah 60, 61 kind of is somewhat similar. But I'm going to read down Isaiah 60 and go through the spirit. This is one of my comfort videos for brothers, man, to keep keep your heads up, keep being diligent, keep on the highways and hedges with your brothers. Videos, maybe some reading, whatever you could do to break bread, to do the ministry. But this is comfort because this is coming up very soon, and to keep brothers, high faith, edified. It says Isaiah 60, and I'm just going to read it down, brothers, man. I'm just going to let this video be all about Isaiah 60, and let the Spirit deal in general. It says, "Arise, shine, for the light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee." Right? For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Right? And who's the thee? You Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Seminole Indians. And the glory of the Lord is going to be upon us, man. You know what I mean? You're going to know who an Israelite is by the glory that's going to be shined on the Israelite. Not to mention, we already know Israelite 101. After salvation, simultaneously when brothers get beamed up, they get those new bodies. And those new bodies are going to have all 613 laws downloaded into their inward part. And remember, it says that no man shall teach another, because all will know Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi. So boom, so that's glory right there. And also in a celestial body with the heavenly light makeup, and that glory and that image of what that body is going to be is made perfect. And it's going to be set apart from the terrestrial. So that's glory right there upon the situation of those new bodies, let alone Revelations 21, talking about the kingdom coming down, how it's going to look with all manners of fine stones and sapphires and rubies and amethysts and sardonyx stones and all types of carbuncle and gold streets. That's the glory that the Lord is going to put on his people. Number 3, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and the kings to the brightness of thy rising. Right? Because remember in Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, it talks about, like my last video was about the heathen getting the laws. So when the heathen get the laws, they get the laws, statute commandments, by force in the kingdom. They don't get it right now. They get it later on, because once the world is being ruled by the Israelites, and we're in rule, then it's going to be our law, statute, commandments implemented on the earth, and the heathens have to obey by it, right? And it's going to get down to verse 12 on why you want to, but we're going to keep reading. It says, "Lift up thy eyes round about and see all they gather themselves together. They come to thee. Thy son shall come from far, and thy daughter shall be nursed at thy side." Right? That's beautiful. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thy heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. Right? And what are the forces or the forces, their gold, silver, all their worth, their wealth, whatever it is, all manners of gifts, precious metals, all of it will be given to the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Seminole Indians of the elect. So the Gentiles are going to be bringing in their things, their precious stones and jewelry and lands, or however, even virgin women, more or less, whatever it is that's of value unto the kingdom of heaven will be given unto the kingdom of heaven, right? The multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries and median and ephah. All they from Sheba shall come, they shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of the Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi, right? So all the inheritances of the Gentiles, all their worth, their gold, their, like I said, their precious stones and whatever is of high value is going to be brought into the kingdom of heaven as gifts to the children of Israel and into the kingdom, rightfully so. Because you gotta remember, like Jeremiah, 30:16 say, all that spoil thee shall be spoiled, right? So that's what's going to happen. It says, number 7, all the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance of my altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Right. The Lord is going to seriously make the kingdom of heaven very, very beautiful. It's going to keep on going with how he's going to do it. But the glory of the Lord, you got to remember, the Yahawashi Yahawashi is flamboyant. Always want to show his power. So if you want to beautify something, you have to know it's going to be beauty that you're not going to understand or even imagine or fathom that it's possible to look that damn good. Right? And it says, who are these that fly as a cloud and as the doves of their windows? To their windows, surely the owl shall wait for me, and with the ships of Tarish first, to bring thy sons from afar, their silver and their gold with them, and the name of the Lord thy power, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. Look at this. The sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor would I have mercy on thee. So we already know that all the heathens, starting with Esau, they're gonna build our kingdom up for 1,000 years, and then Esau get eradicated, but then the other nations get their lands back. But at the same time, throughout that time period, they're gonna build our walls up and our streets and our palaces, and they're gonna build our kingdom because we built theirs. It's only right. See, it says, "In the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls." Yeah, they're gonna, even the kings, even the biggest top generals and presidents and senates and mayors and governors of this side, they're going to be merely slaves at that point, pursuing to Isaiah 14. I'm gonna get that right, and they're going to build up our walls because we built up theirs. Right? It don't matter what level you think you are on this side, you're gonna be nothing, in the kingdom. And it says, number 11, therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. See that? So top officials, you billionaire, trillionaires, whoever you think, whatever heathen thinks they're so great as an elite now, is going to be nothing but slaves, and going to have a bunch of opportunities to bring in all their wealth. See, once again, it's elaborating itself again that the other nations are going to come into the kingdom, and they're going to be offering up gifts all day. The door going to be open all day to bring gifts on gifts on gifts, gold, silver, whatever, diamonds, rubies, bring it all in. Bring it all in. Right? 12. This is why this is where Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, will come up, where it says that they will come to the top of the mountain of Zion to learn the laws and learn the ways of the Israelites. And they're going to have to, because of 12 right here. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So you got to remember, when Yahawashi is going to put his people up, the Israelites on top of the food chain, you got to remember the situation and the status they're going to be in. You got to remember, it also said that we're going to rule with a rod of iron. And also in Daniel, it also says the kingdom is not going to inherit, the Israelites are not going to ask for the kingdom, like little bro would say in my camp, Ashemaya. Shalom, brother, if you see this video, exactly what the little bro would say. We're not going to ask for the kingdom. We're not going to request for the kingdom. We're going to take the kingdom by force and violence, right? And it says, for the nation and the kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Yo, so that's literally force. If you don't want to get down with us and you don't want to do it the way we going to do it, you're going to be destroyed. Because the way we got it going on is of Yahawashi, which is the rightful, righteous way to go about it. That's why Proverbs 29:2 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Right? So contrary to popular belief, you know what I mean, or process of elimination may be better to say, when the Israelites are in rule, people are going to be happy about that. The earth is going to be happy about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, let me bring out Isaiah, the 14th chapter, but I want to go down to a certain point. I'm going to read 1, 2, and 3 at some point. I'm going to read 1, 2, and 3, but 14. But I wanted a certain precept to land back on what I was saying. It says, the whole earth, 7, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feather is come up against us. Right? It's talking about when Esau falls, there's going to be no more people to cut the trees down, devastate the land, chemtrail the airs, pollute the foods, destroy the soil. Because you got to remember, in our kingdom, people, the nations of people, when they plant foods, they're going to be able to do a certain area for 6 years. And on the 7th year, you got to leave that area that you planted alone to give it time to rest. So that way it can produce its proper recovery and produce the most abundant and most beautiful and most ripe and most legitimate fruits and vegetables and things of that nature. It's going to be a very healthy soil at that point. But Esau don't know how to do that. They cut trees down, and then they plant. Don't give the land no rest. It's all messed up. So back to Isaiah 60, and I'm gonna come back to 14 again. 12. It says, for the nation and the kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. You got to remember, in Isaiah 14, this is going to obviously flourish the proper way. One, the Spirit of the Lord is making it's going to go down like that in general, but there's not going to be nobody to cut the trees down and cause damage to the environment. So now it's going to be able to be fruitful and multiply. And it's going to be under the guides and the power and spirit of Yahawashi. The kingdom of heaven is going to be a sight that is unbelievable. It's going to be unbelievable, and we got to keep meditating on this because because as mere mortal men, we trying our best to imagine what it's going to be, but our brains are capable of incredible imaginations. Brothers is different on different accords, but the imaginations that brothers can come up with are extraordinary. The things we say and things we think the kingdom is going to be like according to what we reading, we're able to have an idea and then make it go even further and beyond as far as an imagination standpoint. But you have to understand that even with our mortal minds, that's actually doing a very great job of the imagination of what we think is going to be. Yahawashi is going to supersede what we think it was and going to be way crazier or better than we thought it was. Like, we're not going to be able to understand, like, I thought it was going to be like this, but it's way crazier than I thought. Like, damn, it's way better than what we was all coming up with. trying to comfort brothers and make brothers feel better to keep it driving, let alone, mind you, because when you got Isaiah 64:4, right? Beautiful. It says, for since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither have their eyes seen, O Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, beside thee, what he had prepared for him that waited for him. You know what I'm saying? So I always say this in my videos in general. You have to understand how the brain works. It always starts with an idea, and then the brain has the ability to manipulate and create all different styles of manners of images in his mind from the idea itself. But the Lord just saying that you don't even have an idea of how the kingdom is going to be. You think you know, but the ideas you think you have is when the kingdom is established, is far beyond that you thought of. It's like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Because you need an idea to have an image. You know, if I was to, like I said before in general, if I was to describe a car and you never heard or seen it before, your brain is going to be out of whack on what it is you're trying to say. But if you know what a car looked like, then you can manipulate a car to different designs, different manipulations, like you see today. But the Lord's saying that you don't even have an idea at all of the kingdom to understand what it's really going to look like. Now, we know it's precious stones and rubies and the walls tall and great, streets of gold. But that's an idea, yeah. But we know what gold look like. We know what a wall looks like. So, but the wall and the streets of gold and you know how this is going to come up with. The Lord is obviously saying, y'all have no idea. Like, you know what gold is, but you don't know how I'm going to do it, though. It's going to be like, damn, this is way crazier, right? So I just slam home the point. But the Lord said he's going to make his feet glorious. And glorious is a crazy word. Magnificent, immortal, that comes up there. But glorious is glorious. When something's glorious, it's a beautiful thing to see. 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion, the Holy One of Israel. You see that? So all those people who despise you, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, who hate you so much, are going to be forced to bow themselves and bend unto you. Do you know how humiliating that is to be? You got to remember, they're going to be in a terrestrial. So they're going to understand what regret is, guilt, shame. They're going to understand still humiliation. There's words like, what's those words called when you actually hate somebody and you're forced to, when you got to bend unto somebody you hate? That's a bad position to be in. You know, if you hate somebody, you would want to, be conquered over them because you would rather lose to a person you hate. You don't want that smoke. And that's exactly what's going on in the kingdom. The Lord going to flip this so crazy that the people who despise and hate us are going to be the same ones who got to bend the knee to us. Bow down, big dog. Look at this, verse 15. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, see, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Listen, the way Yahawashi Ba'ashem Yahawashi is going to set up the Israelites, man, once again, is going to be a sight that's never understood. It's going to be like, it's not going to do well to the brain to understand such glory. Not to mention, being a Gentile or a heathen, you're going to have no part of it. You know what type of jealousy that's going to emit? What type of envy? That's going to be like, the envy and jealousy emotion on a heathen is going to be so overwhelming, they're not going to know what to do, but then they can't do nothing about it in the first place. Peep this. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles and shalt suck the breast of kings. And thou shalt know that I, the Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. Once again, we're going to be taking all their belongings, all their wealth and precious value of things. We're going to take it. Once again, it's saying it like multiple times. Peep this, 17. For brass I will bring gold, And for iron I will bring silver, and for wood brass, and for stones iron. I will also make thy officers peace and thy exactors righteousness. They're going to know they're going to know what to do, how to build. They're going to have all the utensils they're going to need to make our place look amazing, because they're going to be the ones building the kingdom up. But the Lord is not like okay, so for brass, the Lord going to bring gold. So our walls and our dwelling place is going to be built up with a lot of gold. That's crazy. Then you got to think about for iron, which is strong, the Lord going to make silver. So instead of an iron type of a crib or use iron to build, it's going to be silver going to be the building block. Like cement. Like instead of cement or sheetrock, like behind me right now, you got sheetrock walls. We're going to have golden walls. Full blown golden walls. Silver involved. You know, instead of wood that can break, we're going to use brass for maybe like the screws or something. Who knows? And then it says for stones, iron. Like, yo, we going to have a solid, straight up, righteous, beautiful kingdom. It says, and see, now this is also a testament of Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, where it says they will learn war no more, right? Because the other nations are going to, once they get to the kingdom, they're going to turn their spears into pruning hooks, into shovels, into hammers, into screwdrivers, to brooms and shit like that. That's what it's talking about. They're going to be working it, so they're not going to be in a violent standpoint. They're going to be in the working slavery standpoint. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise. So there's not going to be no governments, no armies of different nations. There's not going to be none of that. It's going to be one rulership of the Israelites, and everybody else is subjected unto it. And that's it. There is no fighting back. There is no fighting amongst each other. All that's going to be done with. It's going to be Yahawashi, Yahawashi, 144. Well, King David, 144,000 on down, and whatever order the Lord got set up as far as the hierarchy scale. And after that, like I said, it says that they're going to learn our laws and learn our ways, pursuing Isaiah 2, and then Isaiah 60 and 12 says that the nation that doesn't want to serve us shall be utterly wasted. Right? It says the sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but the Lord shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy power and thy glory. And that's twofold. It's going into literally the Lord going to be the light that we're going to need. In general, it's going to be the kingdom going to be bright, gold streets. It's going to be a beautiful light. But also the moon also symbolizing the wisdom and knowledge and understanding as well, right? Because it goes down more too. Thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall the moon withdraw itself. For the Lord shall be thy everlasting light, and the days of the morning shall be ended. It's twofold. It's the wisdom and knowledge and literal. We're not gonna need to be in a situation where the light and everything gonna be a problem. It's gonna just be lit. It's gonna be lit in the slang terms. It's gonna be popping, and it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit as far as like light, and the glory of the Lord is gonna emit from it. And also wisdom and knowledge, understanding is going to exude on a high level, right? And it says, thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified, right? All of us is going to be righteous. Ain't going to be no sin coming from Israel at all. And you got to remember, 2/3 of our people that's going to die on this side is going to be born back from the loins of the elect as the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven. That made it through the salvation, got beamed up, and then 2/3 of our people died on this side from famine, destruction of the ICBM missiles, from the sword, etc. And then they're going to come back through the loins of the elect in their celestial bodies through the seed of the elect, and then boom, grow righteous, and then boom, there you go, and then they keep on going. And verse 22 is a beautiful thing. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time. So that means for every Israelite, starting with the elect, every Israelite that has a baby, that baby is going to grow and have his own family. And then when he grows his family, himself, that one baby that comes from the elect, or the baby or Israelite baby that comes out, that boy starts his own family, and that one Jake right there is going to be a huge, powerful nation within its own self. It ain't going to take 4 or 5 Israelites to become a great nation. Just one of them going to be considered great. You can use one house of an Israelite, a man of his stature, and then you can literally take that one Jake, and he's going to have his own nation and own army of his own that the Lord can probably just use and then do whatever with. That's how powerful an Israelite going to be in the kingdom. Just one Jake. Just one brother can handle a whole shit ton. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one, a strong nation. Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful. And I'm going to end off with Isaiah 14, like I said, 1, 2, and 3. It says, and the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And that's what I was reading with those Gentiles. You know what I mean? Also, you got your Gentile foreigners, the Israelites that's going to cleave, and also the real Gentiles reading Isaiah 60, how they're going to be moving, giving up their wealth, bringing into the kingdom, working up, building our walls, minister unto kings, taking care of children. You know what I mean? And you better get down or lay down type of aspect. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, right? You know what I mean? And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors, right? And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. You see that? The Lord going to set us up real on high and make us a really glorious and beautiful thing, an eternal excellency and a joy of many generations. I brought this out as edifying to you, brothers, Lord willing. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders learning truth from GMS. Blessings to the Akim there preaching his word with heart to sincerity. Blessed to the 144,000, 1/3 entirely. The first fruits kingdom in heaven. Asa David, that would die. And shalom to you brothers out there speaking different tongues and looking different nations. Shalom to you, brothers.